Hi, also welcome to the today's tutorial. So today we will continue this series. In the character class previously we have added the camera component and the body, but it is pretty much static because if we will try to run our game, so first we have to define the game mode. So for now I will create one dummy game mode. So game mode bp underscore m game mode, just specify that, and in the default we will specify bpm character base. Click save. If we will run this play in editor, you can see I am unable to play the game, like I'm unable to move. I'm pressing the button and moving the mouse, but it is not because we haven't set our bindings yet in the character class. So we will do that today. If we remember, in the previous tutorial we had one input folder from the first person shooter. Yep. So this is the input mapping context. So for this we have a class called u input mapping context, and for the actions, like for move, look, we these are the actions. So for this we do have a class called u input action. So we will have this and we will apply those bindings and we will configure it. So go to the rider. In the mbase class, what we will do first, m character base dot h, I will have two more variable. Okay, first thing, I do want to expose this sk body to blueprint also, because in future, let's imagine if I do want to edit it, I can do it, and instead of blueprint read only, I do want to have blueprint read write. So in the sk body I can do that. I do want to same to have for these two variable. First was u input mapping context. It is giving me that error. So for that, actually I have to include input mapping context dot h. Okay, it is saying okay, we have to add a reference. So just press this icon and add reference to module enhanced input. So you can see in if you will go down in the zombie killer dot bell dot cs, it has included one module called enhanced input. If you are not sure which module to include, so what you can do, you can go to Google. Give me a second. Let me have Chrome ready, incognito, and you can see, just type in u input context Unreal u input mapping context. Go and check what's the module name. So in the module you can see it is saying enhanced input. Now go to your project.build.cs and check if that module is already there or not. If not, make sure to add that, then it won't throw you that error. So right now we have added that module. Now it won't give you that error. So input mapping context is IMC. I usually use that prefix, and it is for the locomotion. So locomotion, and here we need to have the u input action, and input action is like ia underscore. First is like for the movement, move, control d. Second is for the look, to look here and there. So these three inputs are there. Perfect. Now head back to the character base dot cpp, control d. So first is the IMC locomotion, and second and third was IA underscore look, IA underscore move. We have to change the class names too. So it was u input mapping context. We have to change its path to. We will do that, and here we will use u input action, and now we have to update the path. So head back to the Unreal. real, go to that location. First we will copy for IA move, copy reference. In IA move, make sure to replace this. Perfect. Next is IA look, copy reference. I think this was IA look. Perfect. Next one was the input mapping context, default one, copy reference, because this it does contain move, look, and jump too. We will cover jump. So select this and paste it here. Perfect. So now we do have the IMC location, IA look, and IA move. So what we will do next, go to setup layer input component. First we have to cast this component to the enhanced input component. So you enhanced input component, because we are using Unreal 5.3. So enhance input component, enhance input component is equals to cast, as we are casting you enhanced input component player input component, and it will ask me to add the header file if I'm not wrong. It is saying type this is incomplete. So what you can do, just copy, and I will again open Chrome. So this is the same drill which you can do. I know the header file, but yet you want to know like how you can configure it. So you enhanced input, you can see this is the header file which you have to include, and the module is already there. So as soon as you will include that error will be gone. Okay, now we have to do the binding. So enhanced input component dot bind action. Okay, so bind action. So first we have to input, okay, what type of action we do want to bind. So in our case it is move and look. So first we will do it for the move. Second, on what trigger do we want to configure it? In our case we do want to configure it on the triggered. So e triggered event, so triggered comma, we have to specify on which class we do want to define it, which is this. In this class we have to define it. Next, the function name. So function name em character base, this is the class, and the function name will be on move. So right now on move function is not there. On move pressed, we can say. So alt enter, and it will ask you to generate a member. We will go with this one, this variant. So make sure that you are inputting this. I will press again alt enter, generate declaration, generate definition. So this is done. I will again control D, and for IA look will trigger perfect on move on look because we are not pressing it, we are moving our mouse, so pressed will not make sense. So again alt enter, again with this in which f input action value is there, enter, again alt enter, generate definition. This is perfect. So now we do have bindings and we have those functions. Nice. Next, okay, what do you want as soon as we will press those buttons? Okay, so for that, first by default we will take like if you will check in the Unreal, for the IA move it's a 2D value, so it's the combination of x and y. So first what we will do, we will use f vector 2D and movement value is equals to input value dot get, and it's a type of f vector 2D. So now we are having that value in movement value. So first, if we want to go forth and back, we have to add movement input, and here we have to put the direction. In which direction do you want to go? First, I do want to go in the forward direction, so get actor forward vector. Next, which value do you want to use? So for the forward button, I do want to use y. So movement value dot y, control D. In for the right, I do want to use the x value, so x, and here it's get actor right vector. So now our movement keys are configured. For the look section, we have to do the same, so I will just copy paste it. And in this case, we don't need that. And instead of add movement input, first for the direction, like horizontal direction, it will be add controller yaw. As we already know, yaw means in left and right, and we will use the value of x here, and here we will use y. In y case, we mean up and down, which is pitch, so add controller pitch input. If you remember, we already turn on the camera component, like B use pawn control rotation, it's true. So when we will use our mouse, it will control the camera also, so it should do the task. So we have done our bindings, but we haven't used our IMC locomotion. So we haven't added these mappings, where it will come from. So for that, what we will do, in the begin play, as soon as I will hit the begin play, first I will get the player controller, and then we will add the mapping. So to do that, we have to have the enhanced input local player system. Enhanced input local player subsystem system is equals to local player dot get subsystem. Okay, subsystem enhanced input local player subsystem. Okay, it is not giving us any value. Okay, but get local viewing player controller dot get local player. So actually, local player have the definition of subsystem of enhanced input local system. So let's do one thing, copy paste it. We will again use the same drill which we usually use. So Chrome, it will give you that header file, again paste it directly. Make sure to check the module if that module is already there. So enhanced input is there, we are sure about it. Next is enhanced input subsystem has to be included, so we will include that. Okay, the error is gone now, we will paste it here too. Okay, now we have our enhanced input system, enhanced input system. And first, okay, what bindings do we want? If we will go to Unreal, we can see this is the subsystem. These are the bindings we want to use. For jump, these are the buttons. For move, these are the buttons, but we haven't specified here, so we will do that. Input system dot add mapping context. So in our case, it is IMC locomotion. So, and okay, we have to define the priority too. By default, we do want to use 0. So here it will do the binding. So let's imagine we are not consuming this. So character do have the information, okay, for this action we do want to do this, but until unless we are not sharing on which key we do want to have those bindings, it won't work. So this is This is the code which is doing that magic. Perfect. So let's head back to our Unreal Code, and in here let me compile that again and check if everything is running smooth or not. Go to the character, click here in the parent thing. You can see everything is configured according to our need. It is already taking all the values. We haven't configured anything in the blueprint side. If we will play, you can see I can move, I can look here and there, I can move too. This is working perfect. Okay, but we are moving and the hands are pretty much static and we don't have anything to play with, right? So but for today, I want you to know this, and this is it how you can do the bindings. So comment me like all the errors you are getting or anything which you are not understanding at all. So this was it for today. If you are liking this series, do like and subscribe and have a nice day. Bye bye.